And I believe also that we have to inspire the generation. I mean, if you don't have a new make which is expressing the owner, the maker, the terroir, the environment, then when it's time to put that precious elixir into the barrel, you're not gonna win the game.
And New World in whiskey. So does it have to come from Scotland?
What are your core values? Because otherwise, I will not come anymore.
Alex Sakon, thank you for joining me here in Vietnam.
Thank you for inviting me.
In Hanoi, in the House of Barbaard, a brand new bar here in what's called Hanoi Center.
Mm-hmm.
It's started by two wonderful Dutchmen, Guido and Tom.
Mm-hmm.
This is our very first The Good Drinks. And you've come from France, but we've been following each other around the earth. You took me to Faroe Islands, which I never knew where they were, but halfway between Scotland and Iceland. And then we went to Edinburgh together, and then we went to London together. Then we separated and we joined again here.
Well, I mean, I told you, if you come, I will pay back, and that's why I'm here today.
Yes, thank you, thank you. And Alex, you're one of the most accomplished, if not the most accomplished barrelmen in the world. Maybe equal to some of our friends, but extraordinary in many ways. So thank you for coming here to talk about whiskey.
Thank you for having me. Thank you. I mean, it's a great honor first. It's a new land for whiskey, and that's why I'm here. I want to be the companion before the things happening. I mean, we've been working to prepare with the fantastic collaboration between your distillery and our cooperage, and the result, this is our babies. So.
Thank you.
We are the parents of this fantastic elixir, and we're gonna reveal something very new to the world. I mean, never made before.
Thank you. I followed you to the far north, to Fair Isle Distillery, which is in the middle of nowhere, the
Thank
North
you for
Sea.
your trust.
No trees, only sheep. Here, there's more trees than people. There's no trees, but more sheep than people. And thank you for coming.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your trust.
One highball, one whiskey sour.
Great.
Beautiful. Okay. Beautiful ice. It is beautiful ice, a beautifully made whiskey sour, and please, you enjoy, I'll enjoy from you, but then go ahead, don't be shy, and I want to ask you why each of these drinks, but taste them first, please.
I want to say first,
Yes,
we're
I'll
gonna
taste
share.
it.
That's it.
Okay.
That's
All right.
it. And
After
cheers.
you.
Santé, as we say in French.
Santé.
Santé.
Thank you, or l'chaim.
The hype.
You're the or one of the most famous barrelmen in the world, which is true. You are making all different types.
Do I look
of,
like a barrelman? I mean,
yes, you
you
do.
think it's sexy
you
enough?
look like a classic barrelman.
Wow.
Yes, and a model, which you did used to be.
Thanks
So-
to my mom, I'm not guilty in this. So.
Okay, and why these two spirits? Why these two cocktails?
Well,
What do they say about you and your life?
It's all my life I've been traveling. The barrel is just a vessel. The whiskey is the subject. And for the past 30 years, I'm in this quest of what is the best barrel for the best whiskey. And that's what we achieve here. You're also, Michael, a pioneer, a very humble pioneer, but you've been doing so much for whiskey in this country. And I promise I will come and see before the first whiskey is released. So it's a very unique moment for us. I believe that, like in the world, there is two sides, the north, the south, different climate. Whiskey aged different way if they are in a, let's say, tropical climate or in a cold climate. And that's why we were in Faroe weeks ago. And now we're on the other side of the world with the same challenge. That's it.
Completely.
Those cocktails are actually the ambassador of that. I mean, whiskey sour is rich, is ample, it's creamy, it's sweet. where the highball is more mineral. So let's try, and I think tell us more about the two different whiskeys. So maybe we guess which whiskey was made in the whiskey sour and which one is on the. So,
I hate that.
If you win, I pay the cocktail. If you lose, you know the story. So
okay,
voilà.
All right. So you have a much better palate than me. So our Founder's Choice is the last release before our first release. So what do I mean by that? We have about 1,000 barrels of single malt aging now in our rick house here in Hanoi. While our own spirit's aging, we're recasking other people's whiskey that we improve on or change, as you know. And so we brought in European whiskey. This is the second release. This is came in bourbon barrels, and then we've aged it further in sherry and rum. So our first we put in New American Oak, sherry, and bourbon. Copper corn is actually 100% Vietnamese. This is Hazang heirloom Hammam grown corn, 11 farming families in the Muk Chau area.
Wow.
And so this
so you bring the whole country with this whiskey?
Yes, so this is actually a fun but pretty exquisite, I think, introductory corn whiskey. Not bourbon, because it's 100% corn, but it's been aged in bourbon barrels.
Wow.
So it's don't give me wow, but you know.
Wow.
You know, so it's an American style spirit.
Once again, thank you, because you're gonna educate the rest of the world of what is the terroir of Vietnam. And we're all excited about it. I mean, right now, we know the classic, but like everyone, we get annoyed. Sometimes you need refresh. Sometimes you also need to better understand a country which is on the other side of yours.
So tell me, when you talk about terroir in wine, which you spent 10 years, 20 years in?
30 years.
30 years, okay.
35 years.
You worked with Rothschild in Bordeaux.
Well, it started very simple. I mean, I fell in love for a girl. And she said, "Don't we all?" Well, I mean, it's always the problem.
Don't we?
It's always the problem.
Isn't that the way life goes?
Yeah. So maybe I didn't fall in love. I fall in lust. But I found the wine. That's true. And she said, I thought she was from the Middle East somewhere. She was from Burgundy. You know, Middle East, long time ago, 7 generations ago, was in Burgundy. And that's what happened. And then I land from a very Parisian life origin. I land in Burgundy. And I went back to some of my roots, winemaking, and I felt in love not only for the girl, but also for the terroir, terroir is something sometimes hard to explain. It's a combination of the climate, of the soil, but also the savoir-faire, how every single family, every single man express itself into his wine, whiskey, bread, etc. All top artisans, all star Michelin, all fantastic artisans, they have their own way to express what they learn. And that's probably what you're doing here yourself. I mean, you bring a lot of knowledge from the outside and you are sharing that with Vietnam. And I'm very excited to know now your terroir, which is not only about Vietnam, it's this fantastic combination between Michael Rosen and Vietnam.
Okay, that's what I wanted to ask you. In wine, people talk about the soil, right? It's the soil, it's the sun, it's the humidity, it's the rain. But in whiskey, most of us are not growing our grain. Most of us are buying our grain, we're buying our yeast. So talk about what is terroir in whiskey.
Thank you, because it's a very good education for everyone, and they will appreciate much more the whiskey when they will drink it. Terroir in whiskey is up to what Asia understands very well, from Vietnam all the way to Japan, fermentation. We are in a culture here in Asia where fermentation is a key from generation. And the expression of terroir is actually the way you fermented all those raw ingredients. Wherever they come from, it's not the problem. They're gonna suck like a sponge the whole environment. And the man is here to be the companion, not to control, to let this fermentation goes where it want to go. That's why we're gonna drink in your thing. So thank you. It's gonna be funky.
But that's the magic, isn't it, of fermentation?
Yes.
It's something almost mystical that's happening, isn't it? You know, whether it's in bread, whether it's in a piece of fruit that's starting to ferment, or if it's controlled when you're making single malts. Okay.
You are creating a new element, never existing. I mean, that whiskey, I have goosebumps right now. I am into whiskey all the time, but as soon as there is something new, it's exciting. It's exciting. There is a vibration. And we're gonna feel that. It's part of the terroir. That vibration is in your whiskey.
Barrels, whiskey, drinking.
Yeah.
Talk about that.
Well, I mean, I'm obsessed about, my final quest is what kind of fermentation for what kind of whiskey for what kind of bottle. So basically how you combine the yeast, the grain, and the distillation, the fermentation, and the barrel. And you're not gonna make miracle with the barrel, they have to be a companion. They don't have to control the story. But if you don't have a fantastic new make, if you don't have a new make which is expressing the owner, the maker, the terroir, the environment, then when it's time to put that precious elixir into the barrel, you're not gonna win the game. I mean, so me as a barrelman, I need excellent artisan. People, they have no fear. They're exploring new eras like you do. That's why I felt in love for you, because you have no fear.
And I'm handsome. But when you talk about that, many people believe that basically whiskey is really 60-70% wood. But you talked about the wood being a companion, and you talked about new make, and very few people in traditional spirits talk about new make and the grains. So talk about that, please.
Well, I'm the barrel man, so I'm in a good position to tell you that barrel should be not the dominant. I mean, it's like if you raise a child and you want to control the child. When he will get teenager, he will just go crazy. You're gonna have a blast in your face. So if you want to have a baby which the skeleton is strong and he's gonna express a new, I mean, every single new whiskey is a new thing in the world. And you don't need to control that. You need to let that free. So actually, there is a whole new wave right now with the new generation, and you're part of it. I mean, we are now side of the establishment, side of the classic, which is where we come from. And it's very important to be still in this tradition. We learn so much, generation after generation. That was very Darwinist. We learn how to make the best whiskey from the old world. But now, on the new world, we are taking those techniques and we are tailor-suiting them to express new flavor. More grain, more fruit, more minerals, more of the vegetation, and we get that. I mean, when I start this whole barrel activity, I mean, I was coming from wine, the sanctuary of wine in Burgundy, and where the rules were very strict. And at the time, we were poor, so that means we were using the barrel to make some wine. They were undrinkable in their youngness, more drinkable.
Okay.
And we understand that there was not the taste of the wood which was important. It was more how the wood is elevating the wine. And this is exactly what's going on right now. I mean, you see people from the past generation going to this, more authenticity, more purity, more cleanness. Okay. Why? It's because finally, whiskey are not the same. It's no more the finishing barrel, let's say the sherry, the sauterne, or the cognac cask, which is leading the game. It's much more how good was your new make, how you let Mother Nature express herself in that, how you let the fermentation happen in a way that it express the perfect harmony in between your distillery and the final product. How you will drive the distillation, the cuts, to just be clean, balanced. And then finally, you can put that elixir into the barrel, and the barrel will be just the companion of this child to grow up, where we bring first structure, skeleton. So this structure will help actually the new make to be revealed, to stay in the time, and then we can then add a little bit of this and a little bit of that, just because this baby is super gifted, and if you give more complexity, he will go next stage. That's it.
Okay. You're a bit of a criminal.
Innocent criminal.
Innocent criminal. You started in very, very classic wines. And we know, because of how we travel together, that people look at Scotland as Scotland. And if it doesn't come from Scotland, it's not whiskey. So you talked about that. You talked about Bordeaux. You talked about coming out of the classics in France.
Yeah.
But then you talked about the New World. And New World in whiskey, not in wine, but in whiskey. So does it have to come from Scotland? Does whiskey have to come from Scotland?
Not anymore.
And by the way, we're sitting here in Hanoi. Beyond the cameras, there's the outsides of Hanoi. We're sitting in the House of Barbaard, which is started by my friends Guido and Tom.
Beautiful place.
It is. It's the bar, and we want to always shoot these in bars. But talk about Old World and New World, and what you see in whiskey. What's the opportunities? Where is this going?
When I say Scotland, I mean we are from there, but not only. This is what I always say. I mean, it is very important to know from where you come from, and whiskey comes from there. And this has to be a sanctuary, because when we travel, and like Ulysses, we have to go back home, we need to know where is home. That's it. But everything we bring from the outside is enhancing the treasure, okay?
Okay.
And actually, I mean, Scotland is very proud parents now, because the child they send around the world, this whole new generation making whiskey, I mean, in the Scandinavian, like far away we were, I mean, the most isolated place in the world. We saw success in Asia coming, like let's say Kavalan, okay?
Yeah.
Who thought that was going to be such a hit? Best single malt whiskey in Israel, okay?
Milk and honey.
Milk and honey.
Yeah.
I provide the barrel. I mean, it's a blast. I mean, nobody expect that, and it's a blind tasting, and it's very serious judge. So
Yes.
I guess that in Vietnam with this whiskey, we're gonna have some surprise. I mean, you're gonna blast the world. Why? It's because I like cars. I like racing cars, you know. I like to drive fast.
Of course you do.
I like when it's responsive,
Yeah.
okay? And of course, when you start with car, you will go for a Ferrari or a Porsche, because this is the establishment. They proved they were the best as pioneer, okay? But then now you have small car makers, or let's say also the people they prepare the classic, like AMG or other people you can find in 24 hours Le Mans. They beat the classic. Why? It's because they took that very strong base and they enhance the base. They go next step. It's as I said, it's an evolution, and nobody can go against evolution. This is in. That's it. Whiskey, the same. I mean, the fermentation we can have here, the expression of the grain, the way the whiskey absorbs the what's going on here, unique, never tasted before. And then I will not die today because I want to taste it tomorrow. That's it. It's not finished.
So that's your terroir.
That's it.
Okay, so why devote your life to this? You could have done many different things. Why is this worth spending your life in? And we both agree, or at least I think we have one life to live, so why put your time into this?
I'm back to goosebumps because it's a very personal journey.
Of course.
And I was a very shy boy. I mean, very strict French
I find that
education.
hard to believe, but okay.
Sorry, I mean, yes, but that was me. I mean, I learned how to make wine in the 90s. I mean, I was very young, 20 at the time. 93, my first fermentation in a cellar in Burgundy. Big emotion.
And was she pretty?
Well,
No, just joking. Go ahead.
Of course.
In a cellar.
Of course. It's part of the, I mean, like the bottle. Aesthetic is always important for French, okay? So we work hard on the backstage, but if the aesthetic is not here, there is no harmony. So the yin and the yang is really on French, okay? Not only the baguette.
So
but anyway,
you're in the basement,
yes.
93,
So,
you're fermenting.
Yeah. And so what happened at that time is I mean, it's always giving life. You know, you take a fruit, you put it in a vat, you bring the yeast from what is inside the cellar, you raise the temperature, and something magic is happening. You're giving life. And you just hope that it's gonna be the best wine, and you're gonna sell it good.
Yeah.
And I found actually with whiskey, and I take the excuse of barrel because I don't come from a distiller. I don't come from Scotland. But I come from France, where we produce barrel, the best barrel in the world for generation. So I say, well, my Trojan horse is the barrel. I can be the expert on those barrels. And with this, I can start sharing with the expert in making the juice. And if by chance, what I'm bringing new into this industry match together, and the consumers, the new generation like it, it's gonna be passionate. And I run for passion. I mean, all this is just an excuse. I mean, I wanted to meet with you. I met with you. I remember we were together in Japan.
In Japan.
We were
Karuizawa, Komoro.
It was the grand opening of Komoro, and we met. I remember my first mentor in Burgundy. He told me the first time I had to go to Japan, actually, so about almost 30 years ago, I was very afraid. I was still very shy. I didn't know the codes. I didn't know the language. But he said, Alex, it's okay. You just take your map of Burgundy. You unroll the map. You point with your finger, and you say, what you're tasting is made here. And he said, with this, I say, with this, you will succeed. Maybe you will not make a fortune in money, but the number of people passionate like you're gonna meet, this is gonna be your treasure, and you're gonna be billionaires. And I'm 53. I get much more than was expected. Yeah, but I get much more than was expected. And you are in front of me today. It's a magic. It's not by chance.
Okay. Is it worth putting a life into?
Yeah. I will die for it. I mean, I'm sorry. It's passionate. You know, I have family on the other side of the world right now, and I'm here because I'm still leading by my passion. And I believe also that we have to inspire the generation. I mean, I was inspired by my mentors in France because I understood that the world was changing. There was a big shift. I was able to actually shift the best wine barrel from the company I was serving for years, I mean Mouton Rothschild, to this new world of whiskey. And because I had this vision, I mean, we are here today. I mean, I'm bringing friends to Vietnam. We're merging Michael and Alex because of all this.
America to Vietnam, right? In terms of us.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, it's a three-party. I mean, you are American. I'm French. Vietnam is the vessel right now. It's magic. I mean, I believe that the future is here. We all know this. I mean, the whole world is right now in a lot of difficulties.
It's true.
The optimism, the joy, Semra, like we say, is here. I'm here for Semra. You know, I need to inspire my people. When I'm back in France and they press on the Champs-Élysées, they need to know that there is joy on the other side of the world. So we will win the game of Semra, of joy, if we keep that high. Michael, I'm here because I trust you. But I mean, trust is something you win. And I would like to know more about your core value. I mean, why a Manhattan boy decide to come in this country after a successful life and be a pioneer into whiskey? What are your core value? Because otherwise, I will not come anymore.
I think it is incredibly difficult for people to not talk or share if they're drinking a cocktail together. And we live in a world of such discord and such hatred, and it's gotten worse and worse over the last few decades. And I came out of a very loving part of the world when I started, Upper New England, and then Manhattan, New York, where I raised 7 children. 2 of them were ours, and then we brought in 5 other boys who are Black, Dominican, Puerto Rican, all from very diverse, poor backgrounds, and we created something harmonious and beautiful. And then I saw so much of that fall apart as the world turned to blaming each other, to entitlement, to a sense of you're wrong, I'm right, you're stupid, I'm smart, and I despise that. And I found that sitting in a bar with someone and sharing something to drink, you don't have to love each other. You can, but you can't hate each other. But I can. But I want to say intimately that hate is easy. You can hate people in large numbers, but communion and sharing is eye to eye, face to face. So
I'm with you on that.
And so I think if we're looking each other in the eye and we're sharing something at a bar, it's a much better world.
You know,
and that's the truth. It's a much better world.
I'm very happy that you finally reveal yourself in this talk. You don't try to be upper than the others. So you just want to be with everyone.
Okay.
We should have a drink.
Thank you.
Thank you.